Welcome back to Camp Out West and another episode as we transform our abandoned caravan park into our dream home and guest campsite. If you watched our last episode, we finally got the floor down in our tiny house build and moved a mattress in for our first night's sleep. After 3 years living in our 25-year-old caravan, it was a pretty amazing milestone for us. Come on! She's holding on. Come on, off you go. This week we add some exciting new guest facilities to our glamping tent and sauna area, so we hope you enjoy watching and don't forget to subscribe.
Today we're going to start on a new project on the land. So in our latest Q&A video we mentioned that we don't like having sort of friends and family come into the land because we're a bit embarrassed that we don't have any sort of toilet facilities for them. So we've lived on the land now for 3 years in our touring caravan, just using the Thetford cassette toilet, and obviously it's not the nicest experience, but obviously we've got used to it. But when people are on the land and then they ask can we use the toilet in the caravan, we do die inside a little bit. Now that we've got the sauna on the land, we want to start booking that out for people to come and enjoy that corner of the land. As you know, we've mentioned before, we have plans to build a shower and toilet block which will be for the glamping site, but that needs all of the septic and quite a bit of groundworks and stuff before we can start on that. So that is a job for the future. But for now, we're going to start work today on an outhouse with a compost toilet.
First job was trimming the area where the outhouse was going. We picked an area that was secluded and away from the sauna area to give anyone using it their privacy. Our materials arrived yesterday for the outhouse from the brand Tribolo, who specialise in compost toilets, and our site supervisor Maggie got straight to work checking everything over.
You two up? Happy? Having a good summer?
Next, I worked out the best size for the base, and we've added extra space to add a couple of storage containers on the side of the outhouse in the future. We're using treated 4x4 posts for the border, which we've had left over from another project, and filling the frame with gravel just like we did on our sauna area build.
While John was working out the base, I started work staining the outhouse with a wood preserve to protect it from the elements.
Next I fixed the timber frame together using construction screws, and then it was time to add in our membrane. I fixed in some brackets to hold the surround in place, then it was time to cut off the excess membrane. We double layered the membrane inside the frame, which will hold the gravel. Then it was time to start shoveling the gravel and add it into our frame. The next morning we were up early for Emily and Maggie to run their first Canicross event together. Our friends Demi and Luna from the YouTube channel Big Life Little Fix joined them for the fun too. It was their first event running with the girls, so they were really excited, although we didn't realise how distracted the girls would be running together, as all Maggie wanted to do was wait and play fight with Luna. Due to how distracted they were in the race, we were all surprised that Maggie and Luna bagged 3rd and 4th place.
So we set up the fridge in the cabin yesterday, and while we wait for our electricians to come and do the second fix, we've just set it up on one of our battery generators, which is actually perfect timing because we've just had a really big delivery from YFood, who are sponsoring today's video. We were really excited when we worked with them a few videos ago. We had so many of you commenting saying just how much you love the brand, so we're really excited to be working with them again today. So if you're new to YFoods, they create a range of nutritious, balanced and convenient meal solutions to keep you energized for when life gets busy. With an amazing range of drinks, powders and bars, they're perfect if you're on the go, making sure you keep fueled if you're busy rather than skipping a meal. Or if you're like me, I find these are the perfect add-on to my current diet to ensure I'm getting all the extra calories and nutrition I need to balance out all my increased running I'm doing while I'm training for my first marathon. Or if you're someone like John, he loves YFoods when we're busy on the land and we don't really have time to take a break, as these are a great option, rich in protein with up to 34 grams, fibre and 26 essential vitamins and minerals that keep you full for 3 to 5 hours. My favourites are the fruity collection and John loves the banana. So if you don't have time to take a break, these are a great healthy backup to keep at home, work or in your bag if you're out and about, as they don't need to be kept in the fridge. You can also get 10% off, just head to the link in our description and use our code CampoutYouTube to stock up on all your favourites. Thanks again to YFoods for sponsoring today's video.
So our base is onto our little island of gravel. It's all nice and level. So we're going to go and grab the walls and stuff now to build the rest of it. So this has got some threaded rods already in the base, and from what the instructions say, there aren't even a need for a tools. So we're going to be using wing nuts to attach the 3 walls. So we're going to start with that next.
Now the structure was assembled, it was time to give it a fresh coat of paint to protect it from the elements and help it blend in. It also comes with this clear polycarbonate roof which feels solid and lets in lots of light.
We managed to put up the structure now of the outhouse. It's gone together really fast. So we've not had to use any tools. It all fits together with these wing nuts, which means if we ever want to move it somewhere else on the site, like we just change our mind here, I think we could probably take this apart and cart it somewhere else probably in about 15 minutes. So I think this would be really good if somebody's doing like a pop-up campsite for the summer or even like a festival. The longest part of this for us has actually been the exterior painting, because we're kind of at the end of summer and autumn's coming. Obviously the temperatures aren't as warm as they are, and we've had a little bit of rain showers coming through. So the paint we've used is an exterior stain by Saddling, and it's actually a solvent based, which I guess is an oil based paint. And that's actually worked in our favour because we've had a little bit of rain on it, and once the paint's tacked off, it's actually waterproof. Whereas I think if we'd used like a water based paint last night, all of this would have come off. So now this is all done, we're moving on to the inside. So we're going to be building the sort of bench that the compost toilet is built into. So that's our next bit of the build. So we've got the inside made up now. So, and this is what is essentially the compost toilet. So this is the main part of the toilet. So they've got a lid for it when I guess you filled it and you want to move it around. It's got a seal and things on it. So that's going to go the main part of the toilet. And then it's got a separator for the liquids. So this is going to go in the front part of the toilet. And again, it has a sealed lid. So I guess when you want to empty it and carry it off to where you're going to be composting it and things, it can be sealed. It comes with some biodegradable bags, so we're going to put them in the bucket, and then you've got some sawdust to go in there, and then obviously as you use it you keep topping it up with sawdust until it's full, and then you can obviously take it off and compost it all. So the last bit we've got left to add on now that the toilet's in is it's come with its own ventilation stack. So this pipe fits in the back, got a little chimney on it, and this takes any of the gases out into the breeze, so keeps it nice and fresh inside. I'm so impressed with this, I think it's so cool. So while I'm putting on the next coat of paint on the outside, I'm going to make a start on the inside. So the brand's actually sent us some clear coat. Sent us quite a lot of it, so I guess you could clear coat the outside if you wanted that look. So I'm going to be doing this on the inside because this is completely untreated. I think it's pine wood. This is just going to mean inside's going to stay nice and clean and fresh for a long time. That's the compost toilet fully finished, so really happy with it. So we can now have more people come and see us and also be able to book out the sauna area in the week. So our next project we're going to be working on in this video, we're going to make a start on our outdoor kitchen, which is going to be to the side of our glamping tent. But first we need to get some materials, so we're going to jump in the car and go and get them now.
had a great summer.
Maggie absolutely loves coming to this place, as all the staff love to fuss her.
Good go, Max.
I've trimmed and I've prepped the site ready for our next build. So this is going to be our outdoor kitchen for the glamping tent. So we'll put some ideas on the screen of what we're thinking, but essentially we're making kind of like a 4-poster pagoda setup with enclosed walls on this side, and on the back, with a little slight pitched roof. We're going to leave the whole back area completely open, and the plan is we'll have a little walkway down the side here, and then you enter it from the side. Predominantly you get the wind and rain coming from this direction, so you should be able to stay nice and dry, but also like plenty of ventilation. So this is our layout for now. So we're going to start off by digging our first holes.
Now it was time to set our feet for the outdoor kitchen into place. We used postcrete for this and some metal hardware, so the wooden posts are kept away from the moisture in the ground and should last longer, we hope. Next I cut the tops off the posts to get them all at the right height. We're building this with a small 15-degree pitch, so we've cut 2 of the posts shorter for this. And then I started cutting our upper frame and fixed it into place using coach bolts. Then we're on to the roof trusses, which were made from some treated 6x2 timbers we bought last year for a project which we never got around to. Probably overkill for this size of structure, but we already had them to hand.
Yes, it is.
I cut a small bird's mouth onto each one for extra strength. Then it was time to fix the trusses into place. I used some Simpson brackets and twist nails for this. For the roof we needed to cut down our metal sheets, so I got the nibbler tool out, which is really good for the job and it's so quick. A lot of people have asked about the nibbler tool and I couldn't recommend it enough. But make sure to go around the area after cutting with a magnet to collect all the tiny moon-shaped metal pieces of swarf it creates, as they're super sharp and they get everywhere.
watching your dad? Where's John? Yeah, he's up there, isn't he?
So we've got the roof up and secure now. So that's all of our leftover cladding from the cabin build that we've used to do that. So now we're going to be sourcing something different for doing the outside cladding on this outdoor kitchen. So what we want is what I call zinc sheets, but it's still the round corrugation, similar shape sheets, but the zinc coated galvanized finish. The rustier the better. We kind of want it to look like it's been here forever. So if anyone in South Wales has got some that they want to rehome, then drop us a message. I'm actually in a Facebook group called Corrugated Iron Appreciation Group, as sad as that sounds, but it's basically where people are sharing new builds that they're making from battered old zinc sheets, but also things that they find. A lot of the places around here you'll find old sheds and barns and stuff for that sort of thing. So that's the sort of look we're going for. So if you've got any, give us a shout.
So that's the end of today's video, and we'll see you next time.
What can you smell? What can you smell? What's in there? Is there something in there? Is there... Can you smell something? What can you smell? Not nice? Can you smell something? Is there something there? Is there something there? What's in your mouth? You got dirt in your mouth?